Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo, and today we're going to make this flamingo necklace. So not long ago, I got these flamingos from my friends over at BB Craft. I also got these little spacer beads. We're going to use 2 of them in this project. And then I also got these pink glass beads. They're 6mm beads, and we're going to use 4 of them. I'm also going to be using this stainless steel chain and then some silver tone 20 gauge wire. And by the way, all these came from BB Craft. If you're interested in getting any of these, I've got a coupon code and links down in the description box below. We're also going to need a lobster claw clasp and some jump rings. I'm using a total of 5 jump rings. You're going to need some flush cutters, round nose pliers, and just regular pliers. I'm using some flat nose pliers here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up one of the jump rings and hang our flamingo on. Now we're going to take our 20 gauge wire and we're going to put the beads on. Whoops. Okay, so we have a pink bead, a spacer bead, and now, no, not the flamingo. We need a pink bead first. Okay, oops, I'll get it right here. Okay, pink bead, now a flamingo, and then just repeat. We got a pink bead, a silver spacer bead, and another pink bead. Now I'm going to grab my round nose pliers and I'm going to form a loop, and you can do a messy wrap or a neat wrap, just whatever you feel like doing. I think I'm going to do more of a neat wrap this time. I usually like to do messy wraps, but I feel like a neat wrap today. Now once you get it all wrapped, you want to make sure that that little end is tucked in so it won't be poking out. You don't want it to scratch the neck of the person who's wearing it. That is not comfortable. By the way, if you hear any noises in the background, I'm babysitting my 6-month-old grandson, so you may be hearing some cooing in the background. All right, now we're going to string all the beads, slide all the beads down, and we're going to make another loop at the other end. This wire is really easy to work with. Now that I've got everything wrapped up, I'm just going to kind of form it a little bit into a slight curve. And now I need to grab the jump rings and the chain. So before I attach everything, I want to determine how long I want this necklace. I want it to be about 17 to 18 inches. And so I need to measure the clasp and the jump rings. And that's usually about trying to remember what it was. An inch, the clasp and the jump rings was an inch. And then the other two clasps was about 1/4 of an inch, I do believe. Anyway, just take that into consideration when you're measuring your chain. Oh, and one other thing, you need to measure the focal too, because that does take up some room. I'm having issues with this ruler. It's a bit wonky. Probably should go get a better one, but this will do for now. So for all of you out there who wondered why you needed to learn basic math, well, basic math has helped me out in the jewelry making business. Very important to know your fractions and how to measure. So by the way, you see me here getting ready to cut the stainless steel chain. Not a good idea using those really nice flush cutters. You can ruin them. You want to use memory wire cutters. So now that we have everything measured and cut, it's time to put it all together. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a couple of jump rings and open them up. And then I'm going to attach the focal to the chain. First one side and then the other side. Now for this project, I'm using a very dainty chain, and so therefore I'm using smaller jump rings. I believe these are 3mm. So depending on how thick of a chain you're using will determine how big jump rings you want to use. Now you want to make sure that everything is closed up really nicely so the chain doesn't fall off of the jump rings there. You want to make sure everything's tight. So now I am measuring to find the middle, and I'm going to use my memory wire cutters to cut the middle. And sometimes you just have to estimate. That's right, buddy. Now, since memory wire cutters aren't as fine and precise as those flush cutters, it's sometimes difficult to cut, but just be patient, you'll eventually get it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the lobster claw glass works, and I'm going to take a jump ring and open it up and hook the lobster claw to the chain on one end, and then I'm going to take another jump ring and open it up and put it on the other end, and then we're finished with our necklace. And there it is, all finished. I love the way this turned out. It's a very simple piece, but it still has the sparkles. Thanks for joining us. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.